to the Superhumanistic podcast where we talk about all things health and wellness. Thank you for joining us today. Just to start off with a recap for last week, we started talking about blue zones and we gave you an overview of what the blue zones are, which are areas of the world where people tend to live to the age of 100 or older. And we're going to continue our series today about blue zones by talking about how to move naturally. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, and make sure you subscribe to this podcast so you never miss another episode. Definitely leave us a comment on YouTube and send us a message on Instagram about what you want to hear in a future podcast episode. So, do you want to start off by telling us the benefits of moving naturally, kind of what that means, and get into it?
Yeah, sounds good. So if you remember last week, I did go through like the 9 pillars of the blue zones. And one of those pillars is to move naturally. So I'm going to kind of go through the different areas and what they do in each of those blue zones to move naturally. And then while I do that, we'll incorporate the benefits with that as well. Sardinia, so one of the blue zones was in Sardinia, and there they take walks daily, and their walks are not just for 30 minutes, it's actually at least 5 miles of walking or more. So being in a blue zone, they live life where their work, their friends' homes, wherever they're going to go in the community is within walking distance. So they literally are walking everywhere they need to go for their days. So moving naturally literally is moving naturally. So walking is what they do. So even here within the Chicago area, trying to find a home where you are able to walk to friends' homes or to the grocery store would be an example of that moving naturally, or living in an environment that allows you to move naturally.
Yeah, living in the city, that's a good way to be able to walk around, take the L train, and I know we do a lot of walking in the city during the summer and hit all the tourist areas, so that's always fun. We call that our tourist walk.
Yeah. So they, with that, just simply with the walking, the longevity of life is bumped up by like 5 years. So that is one of the benefits of simply walking more. In Costa Rica, they keep hard at work. So a lot of the centenarians in Costa Rica enjoy that physical work. And I know we think of physical work like lifting heavy things, and anytime I thought of physical work, that's what came to mind, like I'm moving bricks from one area to another area. But their work is like just everyday chore physical work. So gardening, maintaining their land that they're living on, cooking, caring for children or grandparents that are living in their home, which again, another pillar for a future episode, having that family in your home. But just those simple chores, everyday chores that you have in your home, that's what they're doing to keep hard at work, right? That physical movement. They're constantly on the go doing something, whether it be inside chores or something outside as well. In Loma Linda, California, the Adventists, they are exercising daily. It's a little different there because this is like a Christian community. So they are doing more of like what would be more common, I think, in the United States, of just doing daily walks or going to the gym and working out for at least 30 minutes. The difference in this community is that they're doing it with friends. So they're finding people within their own Adventist community to go and work out. just having those daily walks with their friends and being around those people that they really care for reduces their chances of heart disease and cancers. Adding, in addition, they all have healthier BMIs. And then excess weight brings on, of course, that higher risk of a heart attack. So we know that just by walking for 30 minutes daily, adding that into your routine is helping to reduce that risk for a stroke, high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, and some cancers as well. So that's for Loma Linda. In Ikaria, I think that's how you say it. I always forget. But they actually live in an area that has steep terrain. So I think of like Tennessee when we're traveling, there's mountains, even just driving to like a hillier portion wherever you're living. So trying to find steep terrain to walk up steps, walk up hills. If you are just going to the gym and working out, setting that treadmill to a higher steep, or your elliptical to be a little more challenging, or doing the stairs. So they in Ikaria are exercising daily by walking, but they're walking up steep hills or the stairs that they're taking. They also garden a lot, and they, like I said earlier, have an area that they can just walk to their neighbor's home and check in on their neighbors, or doing their own yard work. So just being outside and doing those daily chores. They have engineered their lives and where they're living so that they're able to move more often. I know I've challenged myself before with, even at work, trying to park further away from the entrance so that I am walking more. So just those little things, even if you're not living in an area where you can walk to your neighbor's home, or you're not comfortable walking to your neighbor's home or friends' homes, maybe they do live further away, but thinking of different ways of like, I need to go to the grocery store today. I can park all the way, as far as I can from the entrance, so that I'm walking more to get to the grocery store.
I also do that so nobody hits my car as well. So you got
another
double
benefit,
bonus.
yeah. So then my favorite thing for Ikaria is that they also add in mid-afternoon naps. They're simply by taking a nap, and I know that's not like physical movement, but you're lowering your chance of dying from heart disease, because naps lower the stress hormones and it allows your heart to rest. So they nap around 30-minute naps, just a mid-afternoon good nap. So they are doing that, and it has found to increase or lower their chance of dying from those heart diseases by 35%. So that added afternoon nap as well. So a little different from moving naturally, but adding in some naps if you're able to, even if it's just on the weekends, can help to lower those risks. Okinawa, the 5th Blue Zone area, they get daily physical activity and exercise their body through gardening. So they do a lot of gardening. Just thinking about gardening in general, there's a lot of like up-down movements with it. So even like something that you're not thinking like, oh, that's really not a workout. It's a really big workout. You're working your thighs, you're working your arms a lot because you're digging, your lower back, upper back. Like for me at least, I get really sore after I've gardened for the day. So gardening is their daily physical activity that they're doing. Even lifting like the water jug, right? You're working your biceps, lifting the vegetables or whatever it is you're growing. So not really thinking about that you're getting the exercise, but you are truly getting a lot of exercise simply by gardening. And in addition to just gardening, you're outside. So they're outside, they're getting more sunshine, so more of that vitamin D, which helps us or anyone to produce stronger bones and healthier bodies. It also reduces that chance of depression. It's sunny where we're living or in Chicago right now. So after this video, I'm actually going to go move naturally and take that walk. Especially with the sun being out. I know in the winters it's really hard for me because it's always so dark, where now the sun is staying out longer, I'm getting that vitamin D, and I do feel myself in a more positive mind. So I'm excited now that the sun is staying out longer, so I can go for those daily walks and get my dose of vitamin D from the sun. So yeah, Okinawans are active walkers, gardeners, and they also eat their meals on the floor. So another thing that I really didn't think about is that like we're sitting in chairs and sometimes, a lot of times actually watching like TV, sitting on a couch, sitting at a table when we're eating dinner, where in Okinawa, they are sitting on the floor on mats. So that's a lot more of a workout when you're having to go all the way to the floor. So having a mat, that up and down motion of getting off of the floor actually helps to build the body strength, and it helps with balance as well. And then our sixth blue zone area is Singapore. So in Singapore, they're saying to choose a safe neighborhood. It is important that you live in a safe area for you to feel comfortable to go on those daily walks. So that's something that they keep in mind wherever they're living, is that it's a safe area. So having like well-lit streets. Another thing that they added for Singapore is the good health care. So it's a really good point that obviously our health is really important, especially if we're wanting to live to over 100 years old in a really good place, like with our minds being active and our bodies still being active, that we also need to have good health care. So knowing that you have good health care makes you stress less, because like if you were to get sick, you have someone that you can go to and you'll get that good care that you're needing. So that does remove that stressor in life just by knowing you have that health care. And then more benefits. So we talked about the cardiovascular benefits of, just moving your body. The metabolism is going up, the effects on muscle and bone. So your bones are being built with that vitamin D, muscles are getting stronger with those repetitive movements, and your joints are not pounding. So doing walks versus running is actually easier on your joints. So that's another benefit of the walking. And then just simply gardening, food prep, clean eating. They, in blue zones, are walking every 10 to 15 minutes. So even thinking about work, I try to make sure that I'm like moving constantly at work and not sitting down. And if I notice I am sitting down for longer periods, I'll get up and start moving. I do wear a Fitbit, so that's something you can do too if you have some sort of watch that tracks your steps, or even just a regular watch that you wear. If it has a timer, you can set like a 10-minute timer, and every 10 minutes it goes off, that you need to get up and start to move. So sit back down at your desk, set your timer for 10 minutes, get back up and start moving around. Yeah, that's really it as far as what I have for the benefits within each of the areas. I know you have other benefits as well that you found for blue zones. So.
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about that. Some more tips there. You can have walking meetings, do some lunges. That's considered a natural movement there. You can also dance, play with pets or children. And you could also do yoga or Tai Chi. So those are also good natural movements and exercises to do. I know we love yoga, so that's a great option to get out there and move naturally and also improve your flexibility and reduce stress with those two practices as well. And yes, improves mental health, increases longevity. Natural movement is associated with longer and healthier lives, so it's always great to get out there and move. You can also strengthen your relationships with various activities that you can do together with friends, family, your significant other, and get that social boost as well at the same time as getting your natural movements in for the day. Boosts your immune function, reduces inflammation, and really just improves your mood overall to increase those endorphins and create feelings of happiness. So those are all the benefits of moving naturally. I know we like to walk around the city. We like to go for walks and hikes in the forest preserve, even just to walk around the neighborhood. We're planning on going to Starved Rock on Saturday, so we can get some hiking in. They have a lot of stairs as well, so that'll be a good day to move naturally and get a good workout in, and also experience the peace and serenity of the forest, although it's probably going to be pretty busy, so not sure how much a quiet time we'll get, but still nonetheless it's very beautiful there, so that's also a great mood booster as well, and also a great way to get calm and relax. So I think that's all we had for you on this episode. Do we have a challenge for them? I know last week's challenge was to take one of the bits of information that we mentioned in the Blue Zones overview episode and try to implement one of those things into your life so you can start living more like the people in the Blue Zone and start making those strides to live a longer life. What do we got for them this week?
So for this week, we really try to implement, so walking was one of the huge things for all of the Blue Zone areas. So implementing a 30-minute walk at least 5 times a week. So throughout maybe the work week, right? If you are working 5 days a week, try to implement a 30-minute walk within your Monday through Friday. Or if that's going to be too much for you, see if you can sit on the floor more often. So working on our posture, which also works on your core. So in that up and down movement, which is working on your legs, your thighs, the butt. So try to implement either the 30-minute walk for 5 days out of the week, or see if there is a time that you can sit on the floor, whether it be sitting on the floor while you watch one of your episodes, or sitting on the floor and pretending like you're having a picnic outside somewhere with your family. So find ways to have fun with it. And that's your challenge for this week.
All right. Let us know how it goes by dropping us a message on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and subscribe and follow this podcast. Super humanistic on everything. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.